Hey there, and welcome back to Rusty Metal Ranch. Today I'd like to discuss my latest project, the Rayclance Clay Spencer Tire Hammer. Plans are available online. It's $30 for the plans. I paid Clay Spencer on PayPal, and I had my plans, I think, within 10 minutes. He was very easy to deal with, got me my plans really fast, and yeah, just absolutely worth it. I do have to say, I see a lot of people who have made their version of a tire hammer based on videos they've seen or posts online and all that, and they don't want to buy the plans for whatever reason. Let me dispute that. Buy the plans. It will save you so much headache in the engineering department. It will take all the guesswork out of it. If you're like me, you don't have a lot of time available to spend in the shop, and when you spend hours doing something and find out that it doesn't work the way you thought, and you have to backtrack and essentially waste all that time, you'll come to realize that having these plans and following them is absolutely the best way to go. I'm not going to say the plans are the best laid out. They're a little confusing at first. When you first look at the plans, it's a little overwhelming and you're not sure what's what. You're not exactly sure what all these part numbers are and everything like that. Just take your time, read through them, and digest it slowly, and trust me, it will make sense. Again, to reiterate, absolutely worth $30. You will not be sorry about it. You will definitely save that much money in time alone, if not materials. Anyways, it's been a while since I've wanted to do a power hammer, and the biggest barrier to entry has always been the material, namely the anvil and the hammer. You're talking about, for the anvil, you're talking about an 8-inch round, 36-inch long piece of bar, and for the hammer, you're talking about a 4-inch by 4-inch by 15-inch piece of square. Those two pieces alone, I think I was quoted like $1,100 like 4 or 5 years ago when I first kind of started looking into it. And I couldn't afford it then, and while I'm better off now, I just still didn't want to pay what they were asking, which is definitely more than $1,100. Anyways, my inspiration for starting the project came when I found a Facebook Marketplace post. The guy was selling a whole bunch of bar stock, heavy bar stock. This is 1 11/16 diameter. He had 20-foot sticks of it, and he had a lot of it. And he had them for really, really cheap. I think it was $30 per 20-foot stick. Anyways, I did the math and was able to come up with enough material to make my anvil. That is roughly 8 inches square, rough guess. And there's 23 of the full length ones, and then there's 4 of these that are just cut-offs. I went ahead and added those in just to add the extra mass to the anvil. At the end of the video, I'll post a little bit of a slideshow of pictures showing how I put together this whole mass of steel here. With this top, this cap, it bolts onto this one here if I want to. But with this, it's 36 inches tall exactly. This is 1.5 inches, so I can unbolt it and take it off and still have a place to bolt the dies to. And I did that so I have an extra 1.5 inches of room if I need to actually work on something a little bit taller. It's not a lot of clearance. I mean, it's certainly not going to, let me fit a piece of 8-inch pipe in there or anything like that. But it is something, and I doubt I'll be using it a whole lot. It's just an option. Another thing you'll notice I did was I took and added all 4 holes instead of just the 2 holes that they called for in the plans. I did that only because I was already doing drilling and tapping the holes. There was no reason for me not to just do the extra 4 holes in case I needed to make a special tool or something that's a little more ambidextrous or whatever. I'm right-handed, so of course the original 2 holes they call for would have been just fine. But still, it's, there's probably a million reasons I could come up with to make the 4 holes, but it's always going to be that one reason why I didn't that's going to kind of come back and bite me in the butt. So all 4 holes it was. On the same note, the hammer, was also kind of cost prohibitive. So this was made out of some 1-inch and 1/2-inch plate. It's a 1-inch, 1/2-inch, 1-inch, 1/2-inch, 1-inch. And basically, as I kind of pre-cut everything so the notch was already there, so to speak, when they were just kind of stacked together. I cleaned up the sides so I could line everything up. I drilled and tapped some holes. You can see the weld marks here. Ran some grade 8 bolts through it, covered up the heads and the ends of the bolts by welding them when I filled them in, and welded everything together, and then cleaned it up on the lathe with the shell mill. It's a little bit undersized, not by much, but nothing that a couple extra shims under the UMHW won't solve. Anyways, I will send up that slideshow right now, show you the pictures of how I kind of put this stuff together so far, and then next video I will talk a little bit more about how those came around. Thanks much, and we'll catch you later.